Saga creatures are weird, but so is Mutate, so if you combine them together, surely you get something weird out of that, right? Well, I suppose that depends, because when we mutate onto something, we go with the characteristics of the topmost card or token. So if I were to mutate my Dirgebat onto a Summon Primal Odin, if Odin is on top, we go with all the characteristics of the Odin card. So this new merged permanent will have the name Summon Primal Odin, a mana cost of 4 black, is an enchantment creature Saga Knight, has all 3 chapter abilities, and is a 5/3. Also, it would still be a black permanent. Plus, all of the cards underneath will have their abilities tacked on to the topmost card. So Summon Primal Odin will also have its mutate cost, which isn't really relevant, and it will also have flash, flying, and whenever this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. And we would ignore the rest of the card, the name, the mana cost, the type line, the power and toughness, and the color. After all of that, a Saga creature will play out like it normally would. Put a lore counter on it at the start of your main phase, and once it has enough lore counters on it equal to or greater than its final chapter, and it doesn't have a chapter ability on the stack, then it will sacrifice as a state-based action. But what if we did it the other way around, where Dirgebat is on top and Odin is on the bottom? Well, the important thing to remember here is that we go by the characteristics of the topmost card, which is just a creature bat. Because it doesn't have the Saga subtype, that means it doesn't have the natural ability that Sagas have of putting a lore counter on your first main phase. But also, if you do manage to get enough lore counters on it equal to or greater than its final chapter ability, then it will not sacrifice as a state-based action because it's no longer a Saga. So Dirgebat won't be gaining any more lore counters and it'll be stuck at whatever chapter it's at. But if you do manage to put more lore counters on it somehow, then it will trigger any chapter abilities that are equal to the number of lore counters on it. And if it does manage to get enough to its final chapter or greater, it will still stay on the battlefield because it's not a Saga. So a little trick you could do is trigger the final chapter of Summon Primal Odin, but before that trigger resolves, you flash in Dirgebat mutating on top of it. Now, when that final chapter resolves, we'll see that Summon Primal Odin is no longer a Saga, therefore it doesn't need to be sacrificed. And the little cherry on top is that you still get to keep the ability that the second chapter granted.